Hello and welcome back to another episode of Seasons of the Isakei'd, where I, Ryan, and my co-host Lizzie talk about the different shows that we've chosen over the past 11 weeks, where things are finally coming to an end for the summer season. Where today we will be talking about the final two episodes of Cleavatess. We have Don to Don, and then we'll be covering a little bit of Gachiakata and looking forward to the fall season and kind of talking about a few of the shows that we have in mind for the upcoming next 2 or 3 months. So sit back and let's get into it.
Okay, what do you want to talk about first?
I guess let's just knock Gachi, you know, do it first since it's not a finale episode. We'll cover the finales afterwards. But we'll start with Gachi. And we have 2 episodes to cover because we didn't talk about it last week.
Technically three because of that one that week wasn't like too crazy because we didn't post the
We
other
do
episode
have
on YouTube.
3. You're correct. We covered the previous episode of Gachi in the last episode.
Oh, did we?
Yes, we did. We
I
talked
thought
about it.
I did. Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, we talked
That's
about it
okay.
between. Oh no, maybe we didn't.
We didn't because we talked about
To Be Here, the Demon Slayer
the
movie,
hero,
and
Demon Slayer,
Art of
and
Mysteries.
Lord of Mysteries. Yeah.
You are correct.
Yep.
So yeah, we have
So
a little bit of
I
three
do want to mention
episodes.
the creator of Gotchi. I found out today. Not only is she adorable, but she started out as a Soul Eater fan, and then she was an assistant on Fire Force, and then after she was an assistant on Fire Force, she decided she wanted to create her own manga, and that's how she created Gachi. That's what I wanted to point out. That's how she
She
started. She started as a Soul Eater fan, and that's the whole reason she wanted to start making her own stuff. I think she did other stuff too.
That's neat. Neat.
Yeah. So I just thought that was I learned that today because one of my friends on one of my friends, he is into anime too, and he's been watching it. He was like, I'm hooked. I was like, I've been hooked since the first episode. Like that, this show has just it is slowly climbing the ranks to be my top one. When the finale happens, will be my final decision on that. But I just the character creations, the art style, I just love it.
It's a real good show.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna break my top 3 for
It will
anime.
not because it's just
Is it To Be
like
Hero
this
and Lord of
season.
Mystery? They're just too damn good.
I know, I know, but like this show isn't as confusing.
To Be Hero is not confusing.
Okay, To Be Hero also jumps to multiple timelines, and every episode is different almost.
Uh,
Besides the honestly the Johnnies, they got I feel like they got more
they got more screen time than anybody. Yeah,
exactly. So like this shows this show has like just all the characters are rounded. But basically, the episode that we didn't get a chance to post because of technical difficulties, that episode was you learn about the graffiti artist Job. He passes, you learn about his vital instrument and how it's passed down. It's not one that is picked up and just stays with the person. It's passed down to different artists, and then it gets passed down to this kid named Remlin who thought they weren't ready, and then at the end of the episode decided they were ready.
that was a party.
So yeah, they did a party. They did a nice fireworks show using the vital instrument and demonic spray cans, which I loved. And that was basically all that happened in that. The whole reason the cleaners were out there to get Job to draw on them because he's a spellcaster, which means whatever he draws on you can help protect you depending on his intention. So that's what Remlin's doing now too. So in last episode, before this week's episode, you see them starting to get the drawings, and she does clown makeup on Rudo. Finds out that her vital instrument only creates the spell when the person getting the drawing has given her permission to do it. Because they were like, oh, well, when I draw on a wall, I don't need permission because it's an inanimate object. And I thought, then it goes and they start talking about how how the artist's vital instrument works. And I thought that was cool because, for one, it was confusing the hell out of Engine. And I just thought that was fucking hilarious because I thought Engine was like this know-it-all being. And he didn't know about this, so it was just funny to me. Anything you want to add to it? That you want to talk about?
Yes, but you were still going, so I was gonna let you finish.
Oh, that's better. I mean, I don't want to be the only one talking. Okay, I do want to mention that their vital instrument does not just turn into a paintbrush like they originally were kind of making it out to be. Remlin was thinking about a cool tattoo, and her vital instrument turned into a tattoo gun. So it would have made the spell permanent on the body, and I just think that would have been the smarter way to go, in my opinion. But I thought that was really cool because it just turned into whatever they wanted it to turn into. Okay, we can go now.
That's what I was about to talk about. So thank you.
Oh. Well. But anyways, the cleaners get their little doodles on them, and then they go out to No Man's Land.
You're forgetting him getting his mask.
Oh yeah. They go back to Cleaner headquarters, and his full face is done, which is his gas mask for No Man's Land. And you find out August, the one who creates the full mask, is related to the healer of the cleaners. That's his little sister. I love that. I don't remember her name, but I know August's name. And you find out August had exact measurements for Rudo because he was asleep, and he snuck in there and got it while he was sleeping. So Rudo was like, hold on, pause. You took my measurements while I was asleep? And then Rio goes, oh, it's a rare occasion to catch him sleeping because he never sleeps. And then Engine's like, well, how do you know that? So I'm still convinced that Rio has a little bit of a crush.
Rio's a freak.
She's a little bit of a crush on Rudo. Like, I still believe that fully.
I feel like we talked about this episode last week.
We didn't.
Because
we didn't.
This is the first time you meet. No, this isn't the first time you meet them. Never mind.
No.
We talked about the Rimley episode because we were talking about the big guy.
Yeah, we talked about it, but we didn't post the video because of the background noise because Discord was down, remember? So that's why I just brought that up.
Oh, maybe that's what it...
Yeah, that's why I didn't go deep into detail about that episode.
Wait, then are we missing an episode?
No.
Oh, no, you're right. You're right. Never mind.
Yep. Yeah. But, so they go out to No Man's Land because they're looking for the woman that sees spirites travel from the ground back to the sphere.
And they run into some scorpions.
Yeah, they run into some Trasby scorpions.
By the way, those scorpions are really well designed. Fucking cool.
I do want to mention that as they're leaving the graffiti town, that canvas town, Engine takes Rudo to this big trash collection and lets him pick out a bunch of things to use. So he grabs a bunch, and on the way to No Man's Land, Engine's like, "You, why'd you bring so much trash? You do know we have to walk at some point, right?" And Rudo's like, "Well, it's just for backup because obviously the way his power is designed is once the trash that he uses for his vital instrument is finished, it disintegrates." So you see Rio fighting these scorpions. Love her. Love everything about her. Rio is one of my favorite characters. And then you see Zonka fighting and doing
Zonka
stabbing them
things.
with stabbing them with spikes out of his staff, which I didn't know it could do. And then Rudo comes out, or not Rudo, Engine comes out and uses his umbrella, and there's one left. And they're like, "All right, Rudo, your turn." So he comes out and he has a keyboard, and he gives the keyboard power, and he's typing something on the keyboard. And then when he hits enter, the keys fly off and attack the scorpion, killing it. And then you see on the scorpion's back, it says "asshole." That's what he typed out. Now he killed the scorpion.
Yeah,
And
he's
I
a
like
weird
that
little
a lot.
character.
He is. I love Rudo though. He's so funny. And then you see Delman, the big dude, and
Yep.
the other guy come out, and he was like, "Oh wow, with all this, you kicked up a lot of smoke. I missed you in action. Guess we'll see you next time." And
And then
Rudo
a
had
woman
noticed something
appears.
he had noticed something in the smoke, and then this woman walks out, and the smoke clears, or sand clears, whatever it is, and
The trash dust.
yeah, we get to meet
Amo.
Amo, and she says, "Well,
Love
you're here to
her.
see Amo, so Amo come to find you." And it turns out could possibly be the woman that they were looking for to begin with, so their expedition got shorter.
Could be. It
And
is the woman.
you don't know that for sure. I'm just saying they don't really like
They
solidify that,
every single one of them says this is the woman we're looking for.
but they don't know what she looks like.
I mean,
How do they know she's just not some crazy bitch that lives in No Man's Land?
you're not wrong.
Yeah, that's only it's a it's probably her, but it's a good possibility it might not be her. Is what I'm saying.
I think there's a good probability it is her.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying. But anyways, she's like, "Come back to Amo's house. The smell is bad out here. You won't smell that there, and you don't need your mask." And Engine was confused because she was like, "Well, if she knows about the mask, why is she not wearing one?" And then Rio was gonna she was gonna go by herself, and Engine was like, "No, we're all gonna go
Yeah. Don't follow a
because
stranger.
we outnumber her. So if she has a plan, I want to talk her down." So they all go back to her house, and they're starting to go upstairs.
Fucking castle in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, basically a castle in the middle of nowhere. And she's like, you don't need your Hi Chronic. How are
You
you?"
you don't need your mask. The bad smells can't get you in here.
So they're trying to make her trust them. So they take the mask off. "Why are you a mess?" So they take their mask off because they want her to trust them, and they go up to her room, and the room's filled with like plushies and all these cutesy things. And she's sitting there trying to talk to him, and she's like,
What kind of
"What
boys
kind
and
of
girls?
boys and girls do y'all like?" And then she's like, "I like people who smell good, and I really like the big man smell right now." And she is okay. So to describe her, she is she's kind of petite, but she's wearing a really really skimpy outfit, and then she's got those it's these dermal piercings in her legs, the ones that you can run the lace through.
Yeah.
That's in her skin. I love that. If I was not a little baby back bitch, that would 100% be one that I would get. But I'm terrified to do that because my first thought is like, what if it gets ripped out? But she's real cutesy. She's got a little bow on her neck and all that. And then
I don't remember where you were and what we would have
we were
skipped.
talking about how they were. She was asking what kind of boys and girls you like and how she liked the big man smell.
I don't remember her saying specifically the
She did
big
say
man.
that. Yeah, she did say
She
that.
just
She
said
said
one of
something about the
them.
big. No, she said the big man smell.
I
I
heard
like
one
the
of
way the
them
big
because
man smells.
it kept cutting to engine when she was talking about liking the smell. It kept cutting to engine.
Yeah, yeah, she said the big man. She was talking about Dillman for a reason.
Well,
But
yes.
yeah. But then Engine straight up says basically, I'm not here for a sleepover. I'm here for information. Unless the sleepover is the cost of the information, I'll break out my onesie. And that's when
She go
we
mad.
she got a little bit psychotic, which I loved. Loved every bit of it. She she starts, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Um and then she stands up and you notice her, there's this like almost like fire coming from her feet. So you find out she's a giver and her vital instrument are her shoes. And then all of a sudden Delvin uses his vital instrument on Engine
He knocks his ass out.
and knocks his ass out because his vital instrument is a like I guess
Watering
a
hose.
a garden hose.
Yeah, because he cares for plants.
Yeah, which he looks like the type. It's always the big scary men
Yeah.
who are plant dads.
So it's the 12-foot tall big dudes because he towers over everybody.
But and she goes on to say that she has a fan and that it was obviously Delman, and they were confused. They were like, "Well, why the hell is Delman turning on us?" And they were trying to figure it out. And then when they Rudo is starting to, seems like he's having like a flashback panic attack because he noticed that on her shoes it has the same emblem as on his gloves, so
Yeah.
they're from the same series. And she Rudo starts seeing the people from the spear that threw him down, the apostles, I think is
Yep.
what they're called. And that's when Amo starts talking about how she makes sense that are happy sense. And you start seeing the girl that Rudo liked on the sphere, and she's talking about the little dog plushie that he gave her and how she loves it so much. And he's like, "You don't love it? You threw it away right in front of me." So Rudo's like having this internal turmoil as everything's going on outside, and Amos was telling them their powers, and she goes, "Oops, Amos told you
Too
a
much. A
big
big secret.
secret." And that's when um, the dude with Delman and Zonka realize they needed their mask. That's why she asked them to remove their mask so she can control them, because she controls them with the smells she creates from her vital instrument.
Yep. And then
Say something.
it's everybody against Zanka. And I hate that I can't remember his name. It starts with a T. I know that
Oh yeah.
because I love his character and I love how he is. I keep wanting to call him Tamsy, but I know that's not it.
It is Tamsy. It is Tamsy.
Is it Tamsy?
Yes, it's Tamsy. That's his
That
name.
that's the name that's been floating in my head for him. But I'm like, I feel like that's not his name.
Yeah, I think it is because when I first heard it, I was like, "Isn't that the name of an Australian like cookie biscuit?"
Yes, it is.
That's
I do
Tam
believe
Tam.
so. Yeah.
It's Tam Tam. But yeah, it's Tamsy. I think is his name.
But we did skip over a little part that I'm shocked you didn't mention.
What?
Rio tried to step up and
Oh
tried
yeah.
tried to like talk her down and just like quietly befriend her to get Delmond back on their side. And Delmond point blank switches his vital instrument because it's got multiple modes and completely almost kills Rio.
Like bends her over backwards, basically.
Yeah, and blows a huge hole in the wall. But
I did forget about that.
and then it ends with Zonka and Tansy back to back and surrounded by the people they called teammates.
Yeah, because Rio, Rudo, and Delman are all on her
And
side.
and Frollo.
And Frollo, yeah, they're
I
all
mean,
on their
to be
side.
fair, Frollo's not doing much against the other ones, but he is
Oh no,
there.
yeah, he's there. So
Frollo's
they
gonna
made
get
the
punched
comment.
once, and
We were outnumbered, basically. We did outnumber, basically. Now the numbers are against us.
yeah,
But
I think we mismanaged our numbers.
yeah, the way it ended, I loved it. It was so good. This show's got my ass hooked, and I'm sad that the finale is next week.
I don't know that for certain, but I'm almost sure. Every other show that started is slowly coming to that point. So I'm assuming this
Yeah,
is also going to be 12 episodes because it's very rare we get more than 12 episodes in a season nowadays,
yeah, that is true. I
except To
will
Be Hero.
say,
But
yeah,
that
I will say the mask design for Rudo, I love. It is so Rudo.
I
I loved it so much.
I don't really care for any of the masks. They're
Uh,
they're
I
neat,
like
but
Tamsy's. His is cute. No, is it Yeah, it's Tamsy because it's got like his hair
yeah.
as the fucking mask like frills. He looks kind of like a sea creature, and I love it.
But I'm not a huge fan on any of the mask designs.
I am. I like Rudo's. It's so colorful. His is the only one with color.
That matches his red
If you
eyes.
notice. Yeah.
That like the red his glow or
Yeah.
his anger, I guess is more what it
His
is.
giver powers.
Yeah.
But and there is a part in it too when he's going through the trash pile. I do want to mention they don't really say much about it, but it shows the man with the same gloves as Rudo on a TV screen, and then it flashes to Jabber, and that other person with the sewer grates, and the boss, and the boss is watching a TV and telling them to go to No Man's Land. That was a little part that I forgot. It was just a small part, but Rudo does end up taking the TV with him. So I'm curious to see if that man, his vital instrument's his TV, and he can travel through the TVs.
That would be wild.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that is what his vital instrument, like he can do with his vital instrument.
But now we're caught up on Gachi.
Yep.
Finally, after 3 weeks. Which finale do you want to talk about first? You know what? I hope you say what I have in my mind.
Cleavitas?
No.
Oh, Don Don. Fuck Don Don.
Yeah, I wanted to get the one I knew neither of us liked out of the way, and then we'll talk about Cleavitas because I enjoyed Cleavitas a lot.
So
Don sucks
we
ass.
yeah.
Just
So
gonna
we
throw
have
it out
two
there.
episodes of we have 2 episodes of Don to go over because we didn't talk about it last week. But basically,
No
when
one
we
cares.
ended, they were fighting a kaiju, and they brought the pervy dude with them, and they were going to the house, and um, Okaroon was like, "The house is made of nanoskin. Anything we imagine, we can use to fight the kaiju because it followed them to the house." Gigi's still evil eye saying, "I
Okay,
want to
hold on.
murder things."
Hold on. You've skipped the entire episode. Whoa.
No, we didn't. No, we talked about the episode when they met the pervy dude.
Yeah, but you skipped over the entire battle. It
No,
not the
I didn't.
nanoskin isn't until the end.
They do the robot, the giant robot,
Yeah,
and that's the battle.
that's that's the final episode.
Okay,
You
and
skipped
it's
the previous
stupid.
episode.
It was stupid. That's why.
I
Because the previous episodes, when they went and went to the house, they fought the kaiju, and they found out it was a camo kaiju from space. And
I
Pervy Dude
watched
and
I watched
Gigi are
I watched two
running away.
episodes of Dawn to Dawn today.
Yes, I watched the other one last week.
Oh, that's why you skipped that episode. We didn't talk about it though, is what I'm saying.
Well, I'm working on it,
Well, you
but
skipped it. That's why I was so confused. You went straight to this week's episode, and I was like, wait a minute, we didn't talk about last week's episode at all.
but because it was stupid. I did this. I'm
Uh,
sorry. I had so much hope.
I beg to differ. I actually really liked the fight scene with the three of them for the kaiju. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was actually pretty good. It was the best fight scene we've had all season, in my opinion.
I'm so disappointed with how it ended. It's just the first season. Yes, it ended with a cliffhanger, and I hated the last few episodes. But at least the build up was good. But this season, for me,
It's been trash. I've absolutely.
it's the fight when Okaroon's learning the full power, and that's the most eventful thing that happened all season.
Yeah, that was fun. And then his fight with Evil Eye afterwards was pretty
That's what
damn
I'm
good.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is the most eventful thing that happened all season. But anyways, they're fighting the kaiju.
Yeah, okay.
He grew big. He grew big after they found out that he could. They knocked him out the first time. He grew big, and they're fighting him through the city. And I mean, they were honestly kicking his ass. But he also was. Hold on. Halfway through the fight, he started kicking their ass.
I would say he was kicking their ass the entire time. They were barely. I mean, Momo was throwing stuff at him, and it wasn't doing a damn thing to him 90% of the time.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Like,
I don't know. I don't remember that fight very well because it was not as.
I'm just enjoying actually getting to see Ira do more.
Yes, I will say that Ira was doing more. I cannot stand Ira.
I don't like her as a character, but when she is
She's the Silky.
Yeah, when she's in Silky, she's such a good character.
Yeah, so she's like dancing around, tripping them, using like her hair powers to pull things on them, and Momo and Okaroon
are just running.
And basically Momo uses her psychic powers to throw Okaroon into the kaiju as he goes all out, which is his third going all out or second going all out, whichever one it is.
It's the first.
So he not. Oh, that's right, because he uses the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
But his first going all out knocks the kaiju out when he's still small, and then they're talking and they're trying to go find out what it is, and they realize kaiju, and it grew big. And when it grew big, Ira was trying to stop it, and it disappeared. It went camo. It used its stealth mode, and Ira transformed back to herself and was like, "See, that wasn't so hard. That's why I'm the leader." And Okaroon had to use his last going all out to save her from the fucking kaiju. And then she pretended to be knocked out the whole time that they were carrying her, and she was just holding on to. Hi, Joey. Holding on to Okaroon as they were running back to the house. That it wasn't anything too crazy to me.
No,
I just
but I just like the scene of them running through the smoke. And Ira and Gigi are just like, what in the hell is going on here? And Gigi's like, did I do this?
oh
What
yeah,
did
that
I
is I
do?
forgot about
And
that.
then it's just a shot of them running out of the smoke screaming. And with no context, both of them just scream and start running. Well, Ira doesn't. She turns into Silky and starts kicking, starts having fun.
Yeah,
They throw the
but
perv at Gigi and they're like, take him away.
and the perv sweats on Gigi and causes him to change into Evil Eye. And Evil
Who
Eye
does
turns around,
absolutely
sees
fucking nothing.
no, which pisses me off. Okay, that's my thing. So Evil Eye, he's like, oh, he turns around, oh, it's a battle. Oh, it must be the day I can fight him. Yay! So he goes, he's like, they told us to meet him at the house. So he takes off running to the house, and that's when they all like convene. And Okaroon's like, maybe we should ask, or no,
Momo.
Momo says maybe we should ask Evil Eye to fight with us as they see the kaiju coming. And he's like, no, because then that would ruin everything because he's only supposed to fight me. They fucked up because that's what they should have did. I feel like that would have been so much better than the giant fucking stupid ass robot.
Yeah,
Okay?
instead, they've realized the house can change into anything you desire. So what do?
Turn it into a
A
giant
fucking
fucking
robot.
Buddha. A giant fucking Buddha.
To be fair,
Like,
Momo turned it into the Buddha. That's not what it was intentionally supposed to be.
I know. And I will say I think it was cool that the pervy dude figured out how Kento, whatever his name was, figured out
Yeah,
how to make it move.
this was
And
his big action sequence. Is he
and
got
he
to
was and
fight?
that fight was interesting.
No, it wasn't.
You know, it was enough to because when it, you okay, so you say no, it wasn't, but then they're able to use their powers from within the robot. That's
Okay,
what made it interesting.
90% of the fight was awful. The last like minute of the fight was cool.
Evil Eye did more damage to that damn thing than the robot did at first. When he broke out, he's like, "Hey, I'm free." But my
And
favorite thing about Evil Eye being in this is the whole damn time he's just, "I want to murder."
yeah, the entire every time it shows him in one of the little boxes with the robot, he's like, "I want to murder. I want to
And he
murder."
gets out, and the kaiju steps on him, and he throws the kaiju off, goes to Okaroon, and he's like, "Oh, is that thing strong?" And you see him back there like getting pumped. He's like, "Yeah, I want to fight this thing." And that's when Okaroon's about to ask him to fight, and then the pervy dude figures out how to move the robot. So they don't even have Evil Eye help them. Okay.
He's just there for comedic effect at this point, and it's so fucking awful.
Why did you get fired, Joey? What happened? But yeah, so anyways, so they're moving the robot, he's fighting the robot, he's fighting the kaiju. Well, they finally go back into the city and they start using their powers, like Momo's using her psychic powers to regenerate, quote unquote, hold on the limbs to the regenerate the robot, whatever. Ira's using her silky hair to trap him, and they threw him up in the air, spun him a bunch, and then bombed him, and defeated the kaiju. It shrunk down, and then the veil lifted, and everybody could see the giant robot. So they're like, "Oh shit, turn it back into the house." Well, instead of turning it into the damn house, they basically turned it into a UFO
It was half UFO with a robot arm sticking out the bottom.
and half house.
Yeah.
And they are trying to leave, and people are taking pictures of it. And then Okaroon's like, "Oh fuck, they can see the damn kaiju." So he's trying to find Evil Eye to help him pull him back. So he goes and he gets Gigi or Evil Eye a snack because Evil Eye's standing on top of some monument of peace, and he's like, "Come down." He wouldn't come down. Goes and buys him a hot bun and says, "Hey, I have a snack for you." And then Gigi comes back. They run the kaiju back to the house. The pervy dude is like, "Y'all are late." Momo and Ira are getting motion sickness. valid. I completely feel that. I was like, this is the most real shit in this show that I've seen. And then all of a sudden, Okran's like opening the mouth looking for his golden nut, and he was like, I think I saw a piece of a person, and they're like, oh my god, that's so gross and gory. Gigi, look at it. And Gigi was like, no, I'm not gonna look at it. It's gross. And then Okran was like, I'm going to. Wait a second. He finds a zipper, unzips the kaiju, and there's a little alien bitch in there, and it ends with Momo walking out, holding onto the nano skin, saying something. I don't even remember what she fucking said. I was so confused, but it flashes to Okaroon and the alien bitch kissing, and Momo squeezes the cube, the nano cube, and blows up the house, which was the most dramatic thing in that whole episode.
Well, if you notice, the nano cube turns into a heart as she's squeezing it, and the heart breaks. So it's supposed to be her whole world is falling apart. Anyways, it's fucking awful. It's stupider than hell. I absolutely hate everything about this. It's so bad.
Yeah.
How did they do something worse than the first season?
I don't know.
Anyways.
I did, but hold on, Joey, can't you fight that? Isn't that like discrimination?
None of it's an at-will state. They can fire you for any reason without cause.
That's right. Virginia is an at-will state too. Fuck.
Yep.
That's so stupid though. I would go above the chain of command in the store and talk to somebody else. I don't know if it's a, I don't know how GameStop works, but what do we have? We have Cleavatest next, right?
Hold on. I wasn't done talking about Don. I wasn't done.
You want done? Okay.
Because after I finished the last two episodes, oh yeah, 7-Eleven, don't give it two dams.
Oh yeah, I for some reason thought you had it at GameStop.
I know for a damn fact they do not care.
They don't. It also depends on if the 7-Eleven is even actual 7-Eleven or franchise. Most of them are franchised. But okay, continue your rant on Don.
Oh yes, thank you. So I was looking at reviews for season 2 to see what people thought about it. Tell me why season 2 has higher ratings than season 1. People in these reviews, right? And I'm not talking about critics. I'm talking about audience reviews. Have said that season 2 is more story driven, more action packed, more focused than season 1. Focused on fucking what?
Evil Eye wanting to murder people?
Season 1 was very focused on Okaroon gotta get his golden balls back. Season 2 didn't mention them until the last 3 episodes.
I'd literally forgotten he didn't have both of them back.
I did too. What is season 2 focused on? It jumps from, oh, by the way, the first 3 episodes are the Evil Eye arc. He gets 3 episodes. Is his arc. Bitch, that's not an arc. That's 3 episodes.
They ruined. Evil Eye had so much potential.
Yeah,
if they would have just let Evil Eye fight the kaiju, it would have been 20 times better. And
no, I don't.
People. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people have it as their cup of tea. I get that, but I'm sorry. This season, I was so ready for it.
Yeah, it's been just disappointment after disappointment. Everything about it.
The only good fight in this was the final Evil Eye fight when Okaroon's like, "You can only fight me." That is the only good fight in this season.
Oh no, you liked the first Evil Eye fight when Grandma came back.
Oh yeah.
And brought everybody with her.
Yeah, that is true. But I like that they brought everybody back. That was the only thing I liked about it. It was after seeing how they ruined the opportunity to make Gigi the main character, in my opinion.
Yeah, Evil Eye came off strong at like that end of that first episode when you see him
And that's it.
and he's just all powerful, and then he's been relegated to nothing but basically a joke character at this point.
And I hate that because he has so much potential.
Yeah, which I mean, season three's been confirmed, and people are super excited about season three. But now I'm just like, that tells me that it's going to be potentially trash because this season everyone was super excited for, and it's been horrid. Like I'm not excited for anything further, especially not with whatever the fuck this ending was.
Yeah.
I really
Oh,
don't want to see more because now they're going too far into fucking. They've got too much space, too much. They got to stick to one side. Mixing aliens and ghosts and demons and yokais and whatever it. There's no coherency in this anymore, which there never was to begin with. To be fair, I get the whole premise of Momo and Okurum becoming friends was they didn't believe the other one existed.
yeah.
But at least the first season made sense. This season, I have the whole premise of the first season was lost. I, I'm rating it like a 4 out of 10. It was so bad.
Yeah. I don't even give it a 4.
I give it a 4 because I will say there are some moments the song was really fucking good. Really like that scene. The animation has been really fucking pretty. So I'm giving it a 4 for a few things.
Barely a 4.
I
The
I
cur-
didn't
it
I
doesn't
didn't say
even
high
meet the
4.
curve for me. It doesn't even meet the curve for me, and that sucks. Cause I was one of those people who was excited for this season.
We were excited for Evil Eye, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah,
I thought the whole season was going to be more focused on him because he came out swinging. He was supposed to be this big thing. There's not much to him,
no,
unfortunately.
no. But anyways, let's talk about Clevitus because
I fucking loved these last 2 episodes. I'm so excited for season 2 and to see where it goes. It was
me
so
too.
good.
I was really the last episode made me cry in a good way, not a bad way, like most other animes make me cry. Um, but last week's episode
More
was
fight.
about more fight. It was about the Forge and the Headless King explaining what the Forge does. About how if you drop, was that
Yeah.
that episode? They
Yes, it
both
is.
ran in together for me. So basically, with the Forge, you drop a king in there, he's burned to ash, and then he's revived. And the Headless King talks about how his body's compelled to do this from the Forge, and then he explains why the king, the his son, the Princess Luna's dad, killed himself because
He didn't want to be a puppet to
he didn't
the
want to be a
forge
puppet to the Forge.
because
Well,
this forge is a magical forge that once you're reborn from its ashes, it controls you basically, which is weird. But we kind of get a little bit of a very small explanation as to why, because
yeah,
Clint just watching this random man throw a child into a fire doesn't know if it's true. He just standing there with his arms crossed, just watching
and smiling
and
and
smiling.
smiling, and
But
basically the king goes to drop Luna in, and Clint is like, "Oh, what? It was that the truth? Oh, does it have to be a real king, not someone made out of a shadow?" And then he's holding Luna.
yeah,
Um, and then that's was like, "Oh, well, what happens to your body if you don't follow the forge? I wonder if you're gonna be able to." The king falls into the forge, and
yeah,
it
it's
closes, dies. Um, and then Drell is on his way to the forge because he knows what's going on. So Alicia and the princess slash queen is going with them, And let me just say, because last week's episode had information in it, but this week's episode, the fight scene was phenomenal.
Yeah, last week's episode was more just information gathering.
Yeah.
Just story.
So you see, Gork drops in the ice regalia dude.
I don't remember his name either, to be fair.
It's Road. General Road.
Is it General or Commander?
It's Commander.
I think it's Commander Road. Yeah.
And basically he drops in and he's like a big ass ice harpoon. He tries to kill Drell. He doesn't, obviously. But Alicia Cleanse finds out that the forge is not an actual forge when it closes. It's a book. He's using his shadow to like suppress the
heat.
Suppress the heat and the light. And he's basically like Drell is talking about. So Alicia basically attacks Drell. I'm trying to remember the scene of events. So much happened, but it was so good. And
yeah, it's a lot of like it happens all at the same time, and it's a lot of cut back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
So, basically, let's start with what Alicia does. Alicia cuts Drell in half, and one half he's like, what the fuck? Basically, do you think that's gonna work? And then half his body turns into dark ichor, and then the other half turns into ichor. He reappears as this like mix between a human and a dark beast, and he's basically like, "Oh, you think you know your capacity as a human? You're not even a true human." And in this quote unquote true human species that disappeared years ago.
I think like 1,000. You did skip quite an important little part.
What part?
As his body's being reformed, he joins the sword and just completely slices Alicia's hand off, so she has no weapon. That happened before he changes into his human, true human form or whatever.
I didn't remember that happening before. But anyways,
it's when they're on the ice block.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I thought, oh no, I thought the ice block happened after.
No, she cuts him in half while he's standing on the ice. Okay, because so she's coming from above him and slices down.
That's right. Because basically he was like, Alicia and Road teamed up together, and he's like, "Oh, you think you can defeat me with 2 regalias?"
Yeah.
And then that's when he does the ice harpoon, and she launches up, and he does the ice prison that grabs his feet. Okay, I didn't know if that was after when she did the other thing, but anyways, and then as he's doing his speech about true humans, Clint is like, "Well, why the fuck do I want to destroy humans? I literally wiped out this entire city for a book," and he starts to leave Luna in the area the forge was in, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this part because this is the part that made me cry because it was cute as fuck. So when Drell transforms, he starts blowing fire at Road and Alicia because he has like a dragon skull on his hand, which is really cool. That design was great. So he's basically like a winged dragon human hybrid with 9 of those red gems that the wizards put on them, and then he's got like 6 eyes. And Road is protecting Alicia because she has no hand and no regalia. And Clint is like walking away from Luna, and Alicia's like, "That's bullshit. The world is not gray. Basically, what color? Look in that baby's eyes. What color eyes?" Clint stops dead in his tracks, and he turns around to Luna, who is crying and actively like trying to get to Clint. And Luna stands up and takes his first steps to Clint, and that's when you hear him say he's got pale purple eyes. And that's when Alicia does she walks into the fire and she's like talking shit to Clint. Drell thinks she's talking shit to him because he doesn't know. And then she's like going through the fire and she's sliding around on the ice, and all of a sudden you see the dark ichor from her hand that was cut off, still holding on to her regalia, reconnect to her hand, like her arm, and you hear Drell says, "Wait, that's dark ichor." And then she does the rising dragon move that she does,
Yeah.
and she goes to attack Drell, and Drell's like, basically, you missed, and she gets hurt. And as she's falling, she's like, you were not my intended target. And then all of a sudden, his regalia breaks, and she starts talking about, I heard it every time we fought, and I hit it. There was screams coming from your regalia. So now, without your regalia, I wonder if your Dark Beast Master even needs you.
And then we
And
get the most gruesome scene in the show.
yes, would you like to talk about it?
I mean, there's not much to talk about. He just gets
Yeah,
completely. I want to call it melted, but at the same time, it's not melted.
he
It's
basically like implodes
like,
onto himself, is what I would describe it as.
yeah, but it's like a mixture of melting, imploding, and then just being slowly skinned piece by piece.
So what I would describe it as is like a person being sucked into a tiny black hole,
Yes, that is a
and it
good way
just
to do it.
and it just it removes your skin, and it takes your muscles and your blood and all that,
Yep.
and then basically he explodes into a bunch of dark ichor. You also
Yes.
find out that the Dark Beast Master, that he is Vork. Is that his name? Vork?
Vorland.
Okay. Is who he's controlled, who he was working with.
Wait,
And
we haven't
Alicia's
met.
like,
We haven't met them yet.
no, no. And Alicia's like, so that's what happens when a dark beast is done with you. They basically just leave you to die. And then Drell's having a flashback to Margot, Alicia's father, and he was like, I couldn't see you die like that. So I think, now this could just be the way it's set up. I think Drell made this deal with this dark beast to save Margot.
I have a feeling you are correct on that note
Yeah,
because he should
but
have been dead.
yeah, he should have been dead. I think that's why Drell become the way he did. But
Yeah.
and then it flashes to Nellaroo also threw a heavy ass brick at at Drell, so Alicia could get to her regalia. I thought that was neat because Nellaroo helped in the final battle, and I like seeing that.
They gotta put her in it. Like she's been out of commission for like an
Yeah,
episode and a half at this point.
yeah. So I loved seeing that. And she's like, "Get him, hero!" But basically, Drell's whole thing was to wipe out the Legend of the Heroes because of the Dark Beast, his master.
Yeah.
And he that's why he was trying to wipe out the forge. But at the end of this episode, it shows Clint walking out of the forge and the princess noticing that
Her son.
Luna's there. Yeah, and I guess she now calls him Luna, because instead of calling him by his name, he is Luna now to her, because that's what they're still referring to him as. But anyways, so like she's like, oh, my son. Well, she sends Road. I think she does this before. She sends Road to tell everybody the war is over, Drake's dead. So the
Alicia
armies are
does.
Alicia, yeah. So the armies are starting to retreat because Drell is dead, and you see the princess starting to run over to Luna, and Clint's like, wait, stop right there. And he jumps down, and Alicia was like, wait, what are you doing? And that's when Nellaroo, because Alicia has a major, like, wound in her stomach from where Drell cut her. And Nellaroo's like, no, you need a rest. And Clem's like, the king has returned, but he needs to do it on his own. And he stands him up, or he puts him down, and he starts walking to his mom, and she's crying. And he's like, kings keep moving forward, and they don't go back. And it's a really cute scene. I love that scene. It was so adorable. But Then it cuts to the end where Clint heals Alicia, but the pain is still there because he had to let her bleed because he didn't want to cause suspicion. And then it cuts to, hey, the queen wants to see you. And then it shows some commanders and a holy man from the Highland, yeah, from the capital,
Yeah.
looking at Cleavites in the big giant orb, which I thought, honestly, with the fact that Drell's dark ichor disappeared,
That the
that would
orb would.
disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it's made. But I don't think it was made by him. I think it was made by the Dark Beast Lord himself.
Well, and we don't know if that scene took place after Drow was dead or during
That
the
is
whole
that
fight.
that is true. Because basically, the holy man was like, "Don't touch it. Don't even come near it. Don't look at it. Whatever's in there is not ready to wake up."
Little do they
And
know it's never waking up.
yeah.
It's just a
So
shell.
yeah. So Clint, Alicia, and Nellaroo having a breakdown, and Clint quotes her how basically what would the queen think with someone as lowly as her feeding her baby because she was just a slave girl to the ravens. And the queen does this really heartfelt thing when Nellaroo was like, the only thing I worried about with my son being missing was if he was fed or if he was going to be hungry and cry because he's hungry. And you are basically the highest person I can think of right now. Basically, she knelt down to Nellaroo, and I thought that was really cute. And then the queen goes, "You know why you're here? I want to give y'all whatever you want, land, a title, whatever." And then it cuts to Clint doing a creepy ass smile, and he goes, "Anything we want." And Alicia got scared, thinking, "What the fuck does he want?" And that's when he was like, I want to stay here and be the king's magic teacher
Yeah,
that he
and
knows
then it
nothing
ends.
about."
Yeah, I do find that funny. He knows nothing about magic, but he's in it. I think he's just doing it because he wants to be around
He wants
Luna.
to be with Luna, yeah. And
Yeah,
that child has changed who Cleavites actually is, and I love that. But she's not the princess anymore. They
she's
actually
the
officially
queen.
anointed her as the queen.
Yeah,
So I thought that was cute. And then Luna in his little outfit with his little crown, just climbing on the throne, was adorable. I love that so much. But him taking his first steps made me cry
I had a feeling it
because
would.
it was
It
it
was,
was so emotional.
yeah, it's a powerful fucking moment, especially for Alicia. I love
Yeah,
her speech during that whole scene. It's so good.
yeah. I
Oh,
see why this is I can see why people are saying this is the number one anime of this season. I honestly,
I
the way it ended. I mean,
it.
if the whole show was the way it ended, it'd be different. But because I hated how much the Ravens got, and
Oh,
they weren't
I
even
agree.
relevant, honestly. But I mean, they were relevant to the point where they saved Nellaroo,
Yeah.
and seeing her transform into her little cutesy self was adorable. But they did not have to stretch that out in 3 episodes.
No, they could have made
That
it
was half the season, basically. It felt like,
or the
but
quarter. Yeah, it's crazy that it's a quarter of the season though.
yeah. So, it was still.
It was good.
I love the animation because it's like the old school animation for anime, and then the storyline behind it. I cannot wait for season. I want to see Clint actually learn how to use magic.
I want to see more of him be actual
Cleavites.
Cleavites
Yeah,
and use more of his shadow power than just to make a
because
shadow baby and swap it.
they do. There is a part where this little demonic looking lizard thing is like,
Well, that's
I'm coming
him.
for you.
Yeah,
It's, I'm coming for you, basically. And
and
he's like, yeah, whatever.
he chokes it out with the
It
shadows.
shows the shadow things. Basically, I'm not afraid of you. And I just seeing Alicia transform from the first episode to this last episode was phenomenal. I have not been disappointed with her fight scenes to begin with.
No, They've been so good.
She's the one who damaged Cleavetess's horn. She's the only hero that damaged Cleavetess. I think that's part of the reason he resurrected her, not just because he was looking for a woman to feed the baby. Um, because he did specifically say something about her damaging his horn. And then you got Nellaroo and her character build. Clint and his character, Cleavetess himself building from being I want to destroy mankind to I'm gonna fake being a magic teacher so I can be around this baby because I love him. I love that character growth. Like they
Yeah,
did so well with the story.
yeah, the characters have been I think every single one of them. There's not been a character in this show that I haven't been like, why is he here? What purpose does he play? Every character has been so
Even
good.
even the leader of the Ravens had a point to be there.
Yeah, even the
He
Ravens,
wasn't
who I
just for
didn't like.
yeah, he wasn't just some random dude there for comedic. That for one, his troll is the reason Nellaroo is so strong.
Yeah.
And then he was the one who told Clint about magic. So like, he had a reason to be there. He had a point in almost every character.
Well, even the I'm they're not throwaway characters. I'm gonna say that now, but I'm gonna call them throwaway characters. The two wizards from the Burlight Army,
Oh
who
yeah, they show her at the end.
yeah. Now the bug guy, he was not a throwaway character. I wouldn't call him that. I would call her more of a throwaway character. Like she could have not
Yeah,
been there, and some things would have changed a little bit, but I think they could have made it work without her. But even her, loved her as a character. She was anytime she was on screen, I wasn't bored. I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't like, get her away, go away. Every character in this show was so good.
yeah,
Like
it really was.
it's not quite to the level of I think story wise and character wise, it matches Lord of Mysteries 100%.
Yeah, for real.
It's not confusing like Lord of Mysteries, but Lord of Mysteries, there's a lot more depth and there's a
Yeah,
lot more in it.
that's actually it's
This is very
probably gonna
service
be in
level.
my. I'm probably gonna be in my It's gonna be in my boo basket so I can read it.
But this definitely is up there with To Be Hero and Lord of Mysteries for certain.
Yeah,
I love this show.
yeah.
So, considering I almost dropped it at the beginning, I'm so glad I didn't.
I'm so glad I seen that one episode on TikTok and was like, I want to watch it
Yeah, me too.
because
'Cause
it turned out so good. It exceeded my expectations.
it wasn't even in our original 8 to watch.
It was not.
You snuck it in when I was like, "How about we pick something we want to watch, and then I'll pick one, you'll pick one that we personally want to watch." And this was your pick, and I was like,
Your
"What?"
pick got dropped, didn't it?
No, my pick was With You in the Rain.
Okay. I thought it was in a Hotel in Human.
No, we both were in agreement on that one.
Yeah, because we thought it was gonna be like Death Parade and
Yeah, and then we dropped it like 4 episodes
yeah.
in.
I do want to watch. I do want to try
I do want to
to
try to
watch
finish it.
Togen. I want to watch Togen too. I do think that I want to try.
I've
I have not. I've been seeing it on the Crunchyroll list, and I'm like, I need to watch it just to watch
I've
it.
I've seen clips of it, and damn, does it seem like it's gotten good. But I still cannot get over any of my initial complaints with the show.
Yeah,
Like they're
yeah,
still there. So
it makes sense. I'm gonna eventually watch it, but I
I
gotta wait a little bit.
I do want to go back and finish Hotel and Humans because I do have some questions and I'm curious if they get talked about, if they get answered,
Yeah, well, when you
or
watch it, you
anything. Because we have the fall season coming up, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Me and Liz don't really know what to watch because nothing in the list really captured us like this the summer season did. The summer season was immediate. Oh, this looks good. This looks good. This. The fall season doesn't really have that pull to it, which we have two. We've got Has Been Hotel season 2 and Twisted Wonderland, but those don't come out until right around Halloween.
The
So
end of October.
so we have a whole month of some shows I've looked at that I'm interested in slightly, but it's not looking too hot for the fall season. There's also still 9 shows that haven't been announced. So something could completely come out of the woodworks and amaze me. It's also going to be hard to live up to what we just watched for the summer.
Yeah, I know.
But with that, I think that's the end of this episode. As we also do a send off to the summer season because we're pretty much there. We are moving into the fall. My favorite season, and I know Liz's favorite season.
Oh yeah. It's
So
Halloween, y'all.
we'll see what comes up next. But with that note, if you watch us on YouTube, like the video, subscribe if you enjoy hearing our takes, or if you want to yell at me about Don to Don in the comments, please feel free. I will talk about it. But we hope to see you guys next time. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, and goodbye.